Okay, I see it now. So, okay, now Scott, Chris,
Yes.
okay. Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Public Works Committee meeting. It is Tuesday, September 12th at 2:32 p.m. and we're meeting remote via Zoom. I'd like to welcome Councilman Randy Allison, Councilman Vincent Polizzi, Scott Livermore from Streets and Parks, Tina Coles, you are from?
Hi, I'm from UPMC Health Plan.
Okay, Tina. I'd like to welcome also our mayor, Derek Slaughter, and Janice Frank, our city clerk, and of course, Chris Black, our IT person. First item on the agenda is ARPA's transfer ordinance number 8. Mayor, you are up.
Yes, good afternoon, Chairwoman Katz, members of the Public Works Committee. What you have before you is an ARPA transfer ordinance from the Redevelopment Authority allocation into Lowe's Park in an amount of $69,000. This was due to the recent Lowe's, the improvements we did at Lowe's with part of the DCNR and CDBG with what we had budgeted, the materials and things, it increased. And so we end up having about $69,000 shortfall in that project as far as what we had budgeted towards it between our own CDBG and the DCNR grant.
Mayor,
Yeah.
I have to stop you because on our agenda, it's ARPA transfer number 8. We don't have number 9 on ours.
Is it 8? Was it the same one? Hold on a second. I'm sorry. They combined. I think this was the one I sent 2 and they combined it into 1. So my apologies. Which one?
Okay, the one that I'm looking at with,
Okay, well, that's good.
There
Okay.
is
Right, don't forget
item
that.
7.
The I think
ordinance
this is
number
the
8
one.
is Brandon Park Ball Field and the courts reconstruction.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, hold on. Let me get over 1 second. Yeah, they
Oh, wait,
combined.
you're on that one? Okay, let's go to number 9 first. Then.
Okay, and I think what's going to ultimately happen is they're going to combine them into one. I sent them as 2 separate ones, and I believe President Yoder wants to keep that, wants to make it amended on Thursday night into 1.
Okay.
So that's what. So okay. So my apologies for that.
Let's get the record straight. This is ARPA transfer ordinance number 9. Okay. Go
Thank
ahead.
you. So continue with this one. All right. So this
Yes.
one. So ordinance number 9 for this one. This is again for Lowe's Park. This is the one, 69,000 out of Redevelopment Authority, which has 1,196,432. The revised budget would be 1,127,432. And again, this is we had DCNR, CDBG, what we had allocated. We all know, construction and things of that nature now. Costs have gone up a little. We were short about 69,000, and this is the ARPA transfer you see in front of you.
Okay. Questions, Randy?
Not on that particular item, but we're going to combine the 2 then. To be
I
clear.
believe that's. I don't want to speak for Councilman Yoder,
Okay.
but I believe that's what he had suggested Thursday evening.
7 and 8. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks.
Mr. Polizzi, do you have any questions? Where'd he go?
No, I'm here. No,
Oh, okay.
no, the mayor pretty much already answered the question that I had as far as the $69,000 shortfall caused by increased costs, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then let's go on to ARPA transfer ordinance number 8.
Yes. So good afternoon again. What you have, this is the ARPA transfer number 8, ordinance transfer number 8, the Brandon Park ball fields from recreation into which, as we know, the Brandon Park ball fields came in under. That usually doesn't happen, but for that particular project, one we just spoke about went over, this particular one came in under. And so what we're asking is to reallocate the court. Reconstruction came in a little bit, very slightly when it comes to construction, came in slightly over. And so that's an $18,000 shortfall we had on the courts reconstruction. And so in this transfer, we have from Recreation Brandon Park, 800,000 initial budget, revised budget 782,000 into still recreation, but the courts reconstruction, taking that from 759,000 to 777,000 with a change of 18,000.
Okay, any questions? Randy,
No, I don't have any.
Vince?
No, it was just nice and refreshing to hear that something came in under budget for once.
Exactly. Okay, we'll see these on Thursday. Next item on the agenda is resolution accepting donations from the UPMC Health Plan. And Mayor, you're up again.
Yep, good afternoon once again. What we have here is a contribution from the UPMC Health Plan. We do have Tina Coles on with us from the UPMC Health Plan. And when we were discussing and working with UPMC and then ultimately UPMC Health Plan, they were talking about ways in which they could, be a better part of our community. I guess they're already, as we know, UPMC is a vital part, and they wanted to do a little bit more, particularly as it comes to the health plan. And Tina, we showed them Shaw Park and sort of the improvements we were doing there. And the walking path was in dire need of some TLC. And it's right in UPMC's backyard there at their Divine campus. And so Tina took it to her team, a $10,000 contribution to support Shaw Park and specifically the walking trail. And I'll let Tina speak a little more to it, but working with Scott and the folks at Streets and Parks, we're mapping out, where's a quarter mile, half mile, 3/4 mile, et cetera. And then UPMC Health Plan has swag bags and different swag. So they'll have a QR code, working with our Streets and Parks folks where, you'll scan, it'll say UPMC Health Plan, you've walked, quarter mile, whatever, scan it, it's an app. And I'll let Tina speak more to that, but so it's increasing. Obviously, it's making our park look nicer, but also motivating folks to get out and, take some laps around Shaw Park and healthy, and then also some swag that's a little available to them as well, as being healthy. So healthy initiatives that is at the heart of UPMC and UPMC Health Plan too, the community, their healthy initiatives in the community. So I'll let, I'll send it back to you, Chairwoman Katz, and I'm sure Tina can chime in a little more, but we're grateful to the continued support of UPMC and UPMC Health Plan. And we're actually looking at a few more things potentially down the road a little bit that will come, might become before council as well. I don't want to get the cart in front of the horse. So today is at 10,000. We appreciate that from the health plan. Very similar to what the Air Force did with our Parks and Rec as well. So I'll turn it back over to you, Councilwoman Katz, and to Tina then if she has additional comments.
Tina. First of all, we appreciate tremendously what UPMC is doing. We did a measured mile downtown before it was just the Williamsport Hospital, which they came and they did the measured mile throughout the city, which really has to be redone again. And to do a measured mile is really, beneficial to everybody. So I'm happy to see this is going to be throughout the city. One of the things when we did it downtown, their objective was to eventually make it a measured 2 mile and take it up to Market Street to Brandon Park, which then they would have done something in Brandon Park. But of course, things got lost in the translation with everything that was going on with Williamsport Hospital. But, walking is the easiest exercise for people, and especially to get people outside. So to do this, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to pieces that you're doing this. You're talking swag bags. You're going to have this when you open it up to the public?
Yes, and thank you so much for having me. So we're implementing a program called Walk for Wellness. We're currently doing this in Harrisburg at the Capital City Mall, where I have a UPMC Connect Center there. And so what the plan is that we help measure their miles when they hit certain landmarks, when they achieve certain steps. They can stop at our Connect Center that we have there in Loyal Plaza, and when they go in, depending on each level, we can provide them with a gift of some sort. So it might be a UPMC water bottle, it could be a bag with some additional hand sanitizer, lip balm, those types of things. But then as they continue their progress, the gifts can get a little bit better. And we've done jackets with UPMC on it. We've done some different things in Harrisburg that people have really loved, and people have completed the program there and come back and do it more. So it's been really successful. So we're hopeful that will drive more people to want to be active, working to have some signage in Shaw Park that will, each sign will have a healthy tip of how to stay healthy and well, and, and help them with their exercise along the path. So we're really excited to see a lot of people, take part. I got to see it the other day, last month, actually, with the mayor, and it looks amazing. The updated spray park, and I saw it being used while I was there. It was just a beautiful park. So we're really excited and hope for it to take off. But yeah, certainly if you have any other questions, it will be available to anyone. They don't have to have UPMC, use UPMC insurance. Anyone that would like to take part of that in the park can stop by the Connect Center to earn some different prizes. So yes, thanks again.
Is it possible to get this restarted? I mean, we've talked to Scott Livermore about getting the downtown restarted. There are some markings still left on the street, which is for people that work in all the offices. There were quite a few people that were doing that downtown, and we called it the Heart Walk, and it started at the Heart Sculpture on 4th Street. And that's why it was called that. And it was measured out with hearts throughout the city.
I love that. Sounds great.
Yeah.
I'd love to look into that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay.
I was going to say, Councilwoman, I think Scott's been in touch with your husband, because I believe your husband was going to walk it out, step it out, so we could see where that was, and we'd be happy to again connect with UPMC Health Plan to see if if that makes sense. We could definitely, but I believe Scott has been talking to Bernie as well to get this.
I think though it's going to have to be remeasured again to do that, because it's been so many years that the paint has come off the sidewalks. So it would have to be measured again. It really would. And it would have to be done through the hospital, I'm pretty sure at this point, if you want to call it a measured mile. Am I correct, Tina?
I would have to check on that part for you, as far as how we would do that. That probably was initially started with the health system side, which is a little bit different than myself. I do the health plan, but yeah, we can definitely look into it for you. If Mayor, if you're able to send me some details, and then I can connect back and then provide that to you, that'd be great.
I think this is terrific. The $10,000. What is that? What is that? It's a great deal of money, but what does that cover?
That covered all of the repaving of the walking path and most of the parking lot there in Shaw Park.
Fantastic. I'm sorry, I really took up this, and I'm sorry, I should have went to Councilman Randy or Vince. Randy, do you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. Very grateful for this. It's anything that gets people outside, out from the TV, off their phones, and doing some exercise it benefits everybody, benefits the whole community. I think that's $10,000 for all that paving. That's a good price as well, since it got part of the parking lot. So no, I'm just very grateful. Pass on our thanks to you, Tina, and UPMC.
Great, thank you. Excited.
Yeah.
Vince, do you have anything to say? Or any questions?
No questions. Just again, to share Councilman Allison's sentiments of saying thank you very much to UPMC and to you, Ms. Coles. We greatly appreciate you, trying to reinvest back into our city for, all the residents, their health and quality of life. looking forward to being able to go walk on it myself.
Yeah.
So thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Hey, if there are no other questions, Tina, thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for getting involved with this and being one of our partners in so many things that you do in the city. So
Oh,
thank you
sure.
very much.
Thanks
Okay?
for having me. Have a great day, all. Thanks.
Sure.
Bye.
Okay, next item on the agenda is resolution authorizing purchase of a 2023 JCB 857-200 tail swing excavator. Boy, that's a mouthful. Scott, you are up.
Yeah, good afternoon. So it's an excavator. We don't have to worry about all the other wordage. So it's a resolution authorizing purchase of a 2023 JCB excavator. So about 2 weeks ago, we had, the reason this all became, we had a high water event. Didn't come over Graphius runs, obviously. But it was close enough to where I got called in about 2 o'clock in the morning. We cleaned out the one at the backhoe. And I sent a guy over to the green machine at the church, and that broke that night. Luckily, I was in, took the backhoe over, and pretty much got the piece of equipment that was broke, laid in the stream, out of the stream, and then we obviously cleaned everything up and nothing happened. Obviously that green machine is, I'm hearing anywhere from 50 years old, maybe older. And it's time to get that changed out. So my proposal is that we purchase an excavator. I was looking into machines to put back in place, in the roughly, 70, 80, $90,000 mark. What that is out there is a old log truck machine that was made, put together for that. And it just doesn't, we can't find parts for it anymore. That's kind of pretty much how old it is. So my proposal is I'm going to purchase an excavator that will do the same thing and obviously do other jobs in the city at the same time. It's kind of killing two birds with one stone. It can sit out there like it does the backhoe, but if we need it for other projects, we can go out and load it up and take it and just keep it out there for that. I just need something reliable out there, and I have Graphius Run money to help protect the citizens of downstream of that, and I feel obligated that I need to make sure I got something reliable that's gonna, when I go out and get a call, I know it's gonna start, nothing's gonna break. This piece of equipment is $115,000, 886. That's coming out of the Graphius Run account, along with the sensors that is coming out of that account as well in the month of October. So that's our new alarm system we have, pressure sensors that'll be going in out there. So there's nothing, basically what we're doing is upgrading a few things that's going to help alarm us a little bit better and know that we got equipment out there that's going to work when we get on site, and so we can potentially have no more overflows like we did a couple months ago, maybe beginning of the year, I guess it was spring. So that's my proposal. It's time for the green machine to go, and we need something new in there. And this is the best thing I could come up with, that I think it's more versatile. I could take it to up the stream, like that's just stationary. So I could take this upstream, clean debris out if need be, and take it to the other streams, take it to do other work in the city. And this is the best piece for it. Any questions?
Oh, it's a shame we lost our green machine after all these years. The poor baby.
You can have it.
No, thank you.
I was just about to ask that.
Vince, you want it?
I'm thinking I could mount it on the back roof of my garage without my wife knowing.
Jeez. Selena will know. Trust me, we women know what you guys do.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is coming out of the Graphius Run line item.
Mhm.
And it's everything that you need. And well, you said the sensors aren't in yet.
No, they'll be in October. They had to go on order their specialty item. I just got a phone with them today. They said they have some of it and prepared to be moving in October to get them put in. And I said, good. So now I can sleep at night.
Which will be great. It really will. everybody that has been in charge of streets and parks, that's all I would say. I just want one good night's sleep when it starts raining. Randy, do you have any questions?
No, yeah, I have one. But I think we ought to give the green machine to the county museum.
I was thinking that. I mean, you can't just forget our history, right?
Right,
We all
yeah,
know that, baby.
it came from the lumber area. We don't, anyhow, the lumber era, rather. The plan that was talked about, the expanded plan for Graphius, where are we at in that?
It's far enough out to where I actually don't know where that, I mean, I don't know. That's pretty big. It's going to cost a lot to do the grand master plan right now. And for a short term, for a short term fix being short term, maybe now to 10 years.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
I don't know.
That's
I
what
mean,
was looking-
it's a big animal to tackle in order to
Yeah.
try to fix this with the reservoirs and everything that was in design and obviously cost. There was another idea that was floating around for trash racks.
Yeah, well,
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's still, I still would like to see that done, but that's, $2 to $3 million to do that project.
okay.
And obviously we don't have that right now to do. So for $100,000, I can get something
Yeah.
to buy myself some time before that happens.
Yeah. Well, I know you'd get them right away if we were able to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, the sensors and the new backhoe is going to be well, tail swing excavator.
Yeah, so it's a zero turn.
Yeah.
So those have a counterweight on it. So if I got to get it up by the road, it would be
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
And that's going to be pretty efficient. Okay, so we have some kind of idea
Yeah.
working on in the future, and of course I won't 10 years from now. I won't be voting on it, so but I'll be saying prayers for you in the meantime.
I mean, it's still in my plan
Oh,
to get done.
yeah.
It's just
I-
where it fits and when it fits, I don't know yet.
Yeah, okay. I that was front and center there for a while, and we haven't talked about it, so I just wanted to double back on that. Thanks a lot.
Vince, any questions?
I do have a couple quick questions. Well, one, I would actually be excited to see that the old green machine down at the Tabor Museum. It is, I mean, honestly, that thing was old when it was installed.
Yeah, it was
Um,
used when it was installed. Yep.
Yeah, very much so. It's kind of been a landmark in the city for as long as I can remember. So I would hate to see it just find its way to a scrap heap.
Well, maybe we can make something like that happen because it is pretty old.
Yeah,
Or use it as a planter somewheres?
right in Bonnie's
I'm
front
sorry.
yard. Just touching back on the trash racks topic real quick, and Randy, thanks for bringing it up because I was going to. I know you said that has a tag of 2 to 3 million on it.
Yep.
Have we looked into any kind of grants that are going to be available out there? I would think because of the flooding that is caused, down through the residential area. I don't know what FEMA, whomever we could look into to try and get in some assistance, some grant funding. I don't know. Have we looked into those possibilities yet?
A little bit. When when he left, I kind of picked some of the things up, and I mean, obviously I still talk to him on occasion. But I'm trying to see if there is anything available. I know that it was going to cost 80,000 to engineer. And I said, we need to engineer it because I don't have the money to even, buy it, let alone, I don't want to engineer something and put it on a table to do a study and then not do anything with it. So I'm trying to get the source of funding to put them in before I ever even engineer the thing. So we are looking into trying to find some sort of grants, but I don't have time, I guess. To
Well, I
wait
think-
for, it's this is like I said, for this piece, I know it's a, a pretty decent price tag, but
Yeah.
it's something that's gonna get me through until we can get this. I still think we're a couple years out before we can find the right build for this, for the trash racks, and can afford it, honestly.
I understand that. I'm just wondering, and Randy, Bonnie, Scott, whomever may have the answer, are we able to ask Delta or Keller or, any of the firms that we have on retainer to look and see what's out there, ask them what's out there? So, and the only reason I get it, Scott, and I know that this new tail swing will get us through for a while, but I like to try and make sure that we are well prepared and planning ahead of time,
Mhm.
at least get this legwork done now so we know where the money's at. That way, when we get it closer to really needing to go after it, we've already done all the, a lot of the work on at least identifying where it is.
Yeah,
I'd say absolutely, Vince. We
So
should
are we-
ask our consultants.
Well,
Yeah,
Keller is, they work on the levee, so they're involved in water.
Mhm.
So, it wouldn't, I don't think it would hurt any to make sure that they're also keeping their ears and eyes open for anything for Graffia's Run.
Scott, can we do that?
yeah, no, and I think I reached out to Teresa about it a little while back. I'll have to circle back around and see where we came up with something. And I know, if I remember, John reached out to Keller too. So I know there's been discussions about it, where it went. It kind of probably got put on the back burner, but yes, I'll circle back around and try to figure out some answers.
Supposedly,
Yeah.
that
That would be, I'm sorry, Randy, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
I'm on, yeah, I kind of want to be done. But no, I would really hope, that they would understand, whether it be Keller, whether it be Delta, whomever,
Yeah,
that they would understand really the need. And I would say even almost some urgency for this, because we are going to be going into the winter. Spring, fall is going to be here before you know it with the flooding. And I guarantee you that if anyone from Keller or Delta lived on Cherry Street or Locust Street in the middle of a flooding event, we would have an idea the next day on where to find any potential grant funds. So I would hope that they would understand where we're coming from when we're asking for this with a little bit of haste.
yeah.
Because every time that goes by, every flood event that we have, it's more and more damage to the residents of that area. As several of us here that serve the city can attest to it, having, living in that area.
Well, Randy he has been front and center because you're right in the middle of it almost, Randy.
Yeah, we're not in we're not at ground zero, but we're about a block down from we've gotten hit a few times, but not as bad as some of our neighbors to the north of us. But maybe, the feds passed that infrastructure bill. Who knows if that money all goes for infrastructure? I kind of doubt that, the way they pad those bills. But maybe there's something floating around out there we can tap into.
Yeah, we certainly need to move on that. When you have to put on your swim trunks and your snorkel just to get out to your car so you can go to work during an event, it's scary. It really is scary.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, the power and force of the water that's coming down through there, even on our streets.
Yeah.
Small children could very easily get swept away.
No, but it
Yep.
gets,
Yep.
yeah.
So
Yep.
that's all I would ask, Scott.
Yep, no, I'll look into it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you all very much. Okay, well, last item on the agenda is any related items. Does anybody have any related items? I don't see anybody and everybody's shaking their head no. Okay, so I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Hey,
I guess some of you will be seeing tomorrow morning and some rest we'll see Thursday night.
okay.
Talk to you all later.
Take care, everybody.
You too.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.